Print and cut is a workflow that assumes you're going to use probably some kind of adhesive vinyl. Now, it can be a different kind of fabric, like, for example, HP makes a really good recycled, removable adhesive fabric. It's an adhesive fabric. That can also be in a print and cut workflow. It doesn't just have to be traditional adhesive vinyl. Anything that's on a liner that then would be cut by a drag knife blade, it could be a tangential blade also, is game for print and cut. In fact, most of the adhesive vinyl or anything that's on a liner that has an adhesive is probably going to encounter some kind of finishing system, so it becomes a print and cut workflow regardless. I mean, even panel printing for a vehicle wrap is still going to go through a finishing cutter because you want to cut out the solid rectangular panels. So in a way, the print and cut workflow is the actual workflow for printing with something that has an adhesive back. You print on the printer, you bring it to a cutter, and then it's finished and you can do what you need to do with it. Or in some cases, it's printer laminator cutter. It just sort of depends on what you're doing. In some other cases, you might have the cutter built into the printer. If lamination's not needed, then it's just print, rolls back, cuts, and you're done. If lamination is needed, then you would print, take it off the printer, bring it to a laminator, bring it back to the printer. Now the printer becomes a cutter. You have two print and cut workflows. One is the cutter is built into the printer, which you will see on some eco-solvent or UV LED workflows. Like, for example, the Mimaki UC, C stands for cutter, JV330 has the cutter built in. That's a nice feature. So for certain workflows where you're not laminating, which with UV LED is a lot because the ink is very scratch and scuff resistant, you print it, it rolls back, cuts it, you have a finished product. If you need lamination, it would have to go to lamination first, and then you decide, do I want to bring it to a secondary or a standalone cutter, or do I want to put it back onto the printer and have the printer become the cutter?